my literature review is about preparing secondary educators to support foundational literacy for English learners, well, all learners at the high school level. Because there is an issue with students coming into high school with very low fluency, low independent reading, and academic literacy, to the point where secondary teachers are now kind of expected to meet students where they are, which means teach basic phonics, teaching basic reading, foundational reading. And this is something secondary teachers were not taught how to do. Elementary school teachers explicitly were told how to teach reading at a foundational level, like K through second grade. But secondary teachers mainly were focused on higher DOK and rigor and analysis and critical thinking. So, how do secondary teacher preparation programs equip educators for foundational literacy instruction? Because right now, it's needed and it seems to not be happening. Teachers are now experiencing like imposter syndrome. They are feeling like they're not prepared to teach basic literacy instruction because they were taught how to do the higher rigor rather than teaching basic foundational reading. So right now, we need to figure out how to better prepare the high school teachers to almost teach like elementary school teachers while also keeping the rigor alive. This clearly is a real world concern. It's happening everywhere, which is why I have it as my research question. Students are continuously entering in secondary high school setting with lower or struggling reading comprehension. Right now, the only solution that's really out there in research is professional development, providing literacy coaching and collaboration, following Science of Reading initiative. My school district did a professional development called Getting Reading Right, where they taught high school teachers how to teach basic phonics, like a training for elementary school teachers. But it was not required. It was not mandatory. So teachers who felt like they needed the instruction were, just volunteering to go. I think that that's a flaw. I think that if foundational literacy is needed nationally at the high school level, it should be mandatory or required in order to help fill the gap of literacy deficit. What research still needs, there's hardly any research on secondary phonics implementation. I only found information about like remedial English classes, but the struggle is you want to not remediate everything. You want to keep it at a rigor, so it's finding the right balance. There needs to be more study or research about better integrating literacy training into teacher preparation programs. So research out there is showing that the credential program for secondary teachers is not focused on foundational literacy development at all. It's mainly like classroom management, things like that. So in conclusion, secondary teachers are increasingly expected to support basic foundational literacy skills, but they are not fully equipped for this type of responsibility. They feel inadequate compared to their elementary school teacher coworkers, right? They feel like they are not prepared to teach foundational stuff. They are more prepared to teach high rigor and higher DOK level.